Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Indoor Cycling. I'm Denise. I'll be your ride coach this morning. We are riding this morning from Next Level Athletics and Personal Training, this beautiful space on a beautiful day. So jump on your bike. I'm going to get some music going here, and we are going to sweat together. All right, awesome. Looks like we are live. So we're just going to start with an easy pace. Your cadence can be anywhere from 70 up to about 100, depending on what you're comfortable with. And just light resistance. I want you to feel like you've got something on the wheel, so it's not like you're riding a bike with no chain. Just a little bit on the wheel while we warm up. And we'll be warming up for about 4 minutes, getting blood pumping, loosening things up. While we're warming up, let's just play with our alignment, our posture a little bit. So bring your sitting bones to the very back of the saddle where there's the most cushion, and kind of wiggle around so you can feel that connection of your hips to the saddle. From there, engage your core and just lift. Sit light in the saddle. If you look down, your knees are tracking in line with your feet. We want to try to not let the knees go out or in, and you really can take care of that by getting your saddle adjusted at the right height. When in doubt, take it up a little higher and just see if you still have a little bend in your knees. Today's ride is all about appreciating the simple things in life. So I'm going to take you on a little journey, not far from where you are, and see if I can help you just gain a little more appreciation of this moment and the simple things around you. Starting with a simple morning ride. So start by taking in a simple breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And notice how simple it was that you could just get on a bike and start riding. You know, we say things like that all the time. It's just like riding a bike. How amazing it is that our bodies remember things like this. In today's ride, we've got 3 stages. In each stage, we'll be in and out of the saddle in pretty much equal measure, probably a little more saddle time. So if we're sitting too long, feel free to stand. If we're standing too long, feel free to sit. Each stage is a hill that keeps getting harder. And at the top of the hill, we'll get aggressive, we'll sprint, we'll race each other to the top. I'll introduce you to some imaginary friends along the way that we can ride with. So just settle in, relax your hands on the handlebars, relax your elbows. Lift your chin a little bit, lengthen through your spine. And most importantly, smile. This is fun workout, right? This is the fun way to sweat. Let's add a little bit more to the wheel. Just to where it starts to get interesting, but not hard. That resistance might slow your legs a bit. So if you're following my legs, I'm pedaling close to 90 RPMs right now. And you can just match my cadence if that works for you. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale loud. and let's get after it. So go ahead and put some resistance on the wheel. And we're going to start to find our way up out of the saddle here. So the legs are going to slow to 65 RPMs. We are already on our first hill. Not too hard, but it's not too easy. Stand with me. Here we go. All right, this first time out of the saddle. I want you to feel now your foundation is your pedals. Your weight is over the pedals. You can feel the ball of your foot clicked in or in that cage. And see if you can just kind of center your weight over the pedals. The hips are behind, the chest is in front of. And so there's this balance of weight. With your hands still loose, feel your body just gradually shifting from side to side. When we're standing, there's a crease in the hip, so you could take one of your thumbs and just press into that crease and see if you're pinching your thumb every time that leg comes up. Super important that you keep your core engaged right here. Your navel to your spine, your low belly strong. That's the support for the low back. All right, you can tell by the music something's gonna happen, right? It's simple. Reach down, add a little. All right, my friends, we are officially on a hill. Your muscles should feel this. It should feel good though. It should feel like muscles that are smiling. You might notice that you're now using your mouth for breath because your nose can't do the job. Need more oxygen. Now, if you're doing okay, I'm going to ask you to keep standing for a couple more minutes, and then we'll hit the saddle for the hard climb. Can you feel your hips tapping the saddle with each pedal stroke? You can tell something's going to happen. You know what it is. Add a little. Breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. The simple things. Deep breaths. Riding a bike. A sunny spring day. A smile. Cool water to drink. So much to be aware of and grateful for in this very moment right here. No need to look further. All right, my friends. One more time, I'm going to ask you to just add a little. Your legs should start to pay attention right about now. We got about 30 more seconds before we sit our hips down and really climb. So sweat check. Has sweat started to form on your brow yet? Is it getting close? Breathe. We are well into our first stage. Core is strong. All right. Go ahead and settle into your saddle, but try to keep resistance where it is. I know that was a trick. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So I know a lot of people like to know about the time. So here's what the deal is. We're gonna climb just like this for 7 minutes. That's not true. We're gonna climb like this for 6 minutes. And at the top of this hill, we're gonna get up and run. While we're climbing, you might just close your eyes and feel one foot making a circle and then the other. Alternating circles. Perfect circles. Strong circles. Looks like Alex joined us. Welcome, Alex. Carol, you look amazing. Don't try this at home. All right, back on. I want you to breathe, everybody. Fuel those muscles with oxygen. I'd like to give you some imagery on this climb. And the imagery is a person. I'd like you to put a person next to you in your mind who's an athlete. Who in your life do you look up to for inspiration? On those mornings when you kind of want to stay in bed and then you think about this person and you know they've already got their workout in? Who's that? Who is a little bit stronger than you? Who's a little bit fitter than you? Who would give you a good run for your money if they were climbing this hill with you? They would be challenging you to go harder than you are comfortable going. So that's what we want. We want that little push. Your friend is like a handlebar ahead of you. It's like just this little nudge saying, come on, you can give me a little bit more. If your legs stayed at 60 RPMs, but you wanted to catch your friend and be even with them, what would you do? You got it. You would add a little bit more on your wheel and stay the course. If I'm less fit, I have to work harder to keep up. So I'm gonna imagine my athlete, my friend, is Carol, who's on the screen with me today. Fitter than me, stronger than me. He's an avid cyclist. And I'm just gonna do my best to keep up with her, to keep that resistance on the wheel to the top of this hill. We've got a couple more minutes before we take off the lid and blast to the top. Race to the top. If you have your hips at the back of the saddle, you should have a sense that you're pushing your heels forward before they push down. And that's gonna give you a little more power from your hip, from your glutes. Breathing, sweating, smiling. All right. Getting harder. The heel is getting steeper. We are full on in hard effort right now. Make sure you're there with me. 8 out of 10. A push. A struggle. Ain't no playtime now. We got work to do. I'm gonna ask you for a little more right now. And I'm just gonna suggest that you take the most resistance you can for 1 minute at 60 RPMs. How much can you push on that wheel at 60 and not go over the edge, breathless? Because that's what's next. So you know that your friend, the athlete, is excited about what's next. You know they have no stress about it at all. You're the one with stress because you're the lesser athlete, just by a bit. And so you gotta work a little harder. Who's ready? 60 seconds. Out of the saddle, sprinting on all this resistance. Ready, set, go. Come on. Race me to the top. I want you breathless. I want you struggling. And while you're breathless, your friend is calling you from ahead, taunting you even. They might be saying, is that all you got? Turn it up, come on. Woo. They still have the lead, but you can catch them if you work just a touch harder. Totally breathless right now, come on. Almost there, friends. Almost there, recovery is next. You've got 4, you've got 3. 2, 1, have a seat. Woo. Okay, cool. Drop some resistance. This is a great time to sit, to drink, stretch, to towel off, to make a TikTok video so the world knows that you are working out today. Because if it doesn't go to social media, it didn't happen, right? All right, we did that. That was good. We have 2 more. Pretty much just like that. 2 more. Climb, sprint, and recover. That athlete now would be singing your praises, I think. They'd be telling you what a great job you did and how you're getting stronger. Listen to them. Take their words to heart because it's true. Simple things. Pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone for 60 seconds as often as possible. That's how we get stronger. Deeper breaths, taller spine. When you feel like you've recovered and you're kind of back to that zone, that comfortable zone, you can start to add resistance back onto the wheel. Drop your shoulders, open your chest. So during this quarantine, which is the reason we're writing alone together today, is during this quarantine, we've been hearing a lot about the simple things in life that we're missing, the things that we're never going to take for granted again, like shaking someone's hand or hugging someone when you see them, holding hands. You know, you see your family, you haven't seen them for a while, you want to hold their hand and we're afraid right now. A simple dinner with a group of friends feels like a luxury now. A cycle class filled with people. Seems like a luxury. So as we hit this next hill and we come onto this next stage, you might be reflecting on some of the simple things in life that you're missing right now. So I'm going to try to bring our attention to some of the simple things that we have in front of us that we don't have to miss. We just need to shift our attention. So for starters, let's add some resistance onto the wheel and let's notice our working muscles. Let's do a quick body scan and just notice all the things inside that are working right now. All right, the legs slow to 60. The resistance comes on. Chest is lifted, spine is tall. We are on our second heel. Bring your hands forward. Come on up out of the saddle. We'll be here for just under 4 minutes. So stay here as long as you can. Sit if you need to. If you're training for outdoor riding, stay in the saddle the whole time. Simple things. That beautiful full moon that we have been oohing and awing over. I really think we're paying closer attention right now. The moon's always been beautiful. We just see her differently now. If you've been up early enough to watch the sunrise, less people driving means clearer air, and sunrise is glorious. Simple things. Let your hips touch the saddle just lightly, right over the front, maybe the middle of the saddle, as you move your body from side to side. Let's just check in with core. Take one of your hands off the handlebars and just kind of check to see if you stay center. Switch that. Just check in. Make sure your weight's more in your feet, less in your hands. And then just light touch. In cycling, we use our hands to steer and balance, but not weight. Let our legs do that. Take some deeper breaths, friends. Fill up. Oxygen in. CO2 out. Get the good stuff in. Send the old stuff out. Nice. All right. Starting to feel this hill. Hill number 2. A little more excitement in our legs. Lift up through the crown of your head. Pull the belly in. Simple things. Flowers blooming. Noticing them up close. Cutting the grass for the first time of the season. And the way that smells. Simple things. Shift back. All right, the hard hill is ahead of us. Plant your hips. Find the back of the saddle. And there we go. It should start to feel like hard effort now. Let's keep that resistance on the wheel. Chest lifts a little. That natural curve in your back. Tailbone points to the wall behind you or down a little bit. Breathe. Let's do this. Let's climb. Hill number 2. Now that was a little bit of a trick. The cadence is faster on this one. It's 75. If you have too much resistance to pedal 75, drop enough, just a little, to let your legs match resistance. 75 RPMs. It's a powerful place to work. Make sure there's that crease in your hips. So we've got 7 minutes ahead of us with a race at the top. Breathe here. Get your bearings. And I'm going to introduce you to another friend. Upper body relaxed. Close your eyes if you like. Now I want you to imagine someone next to you who is a little less fit than you. You now are the athlete. You're the strong rider. And I want you to pull someone else up this hill with you. So who would that be? I have a son who's a hockey player, and he's a great athlete. He's got super strong legs, but for the last 2 months of quarantine, he's basically been working his thumbs on his Xbox controller, and his legs aren't as strong as they used to be. So I'm gonna put my son next to me, and I'm gonna challenge him to keep up. So what would we say if we were the lead rider and we had someone that's kind of pulling behind just a bit? What would we say to them to encourage them? The go-to is, you've got this. Hang on, don't quit. Let's try a couple of other things. If you always do what you've always done, you will never change. You'll stay the same. And everything you're complaining about right now will be your life. So what can you change right now to push yourself 5% harder so that comfort zone expands? You could add resistance. You could speed up a little bit. If it's a challenge for you, you could stand. What pushes you 5% harder? I would also be reminding him of his goals, because it's easy to lose sight of those when you're not right in the sport or the activity. So I might say, bring to mind something that's really important to you, something you're reaching for, something you want to achieve. And it's right out here, it's outside of your comfort zone, and it's gonna take work to get it. Bring that to mind right now. Muhammad Ali was quoted as saying he hated every single minute of training in the gym, hated it. But when he got in the ring, he knew it paid off. and he's loved it in the ring. So you don't have to love this hill, but you have to climb this hill. What we find at the top is gonna feel amazing, but not unless we climb it, not unless we do the work. Close your eyes again. What is a simple thing you can pay attention to right now? One simple thing that captures your attention and keeps you moving. Is it a muscle in your body that you're paying attention to? Is it your breath? How about the temperature of air on your skin? Or the feeling of sweat dripping on your skin? Maybe it's the image of someone that you're helping. You are serving someone in your life by doing this workout. You're inspiring someone else. All right, my friends, we're getting close. We're getting close enough that I can set you up for our race, our 60-second attack to the top of the hill. Here's what I want you to do. Do not let the easier rider pass you. Maintain your athlete status. Show them what's possible when you work your hardest, and let that inspire them. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Resistance on, out of the saddle. Work as hard as you can for 60 seconds. In this ride, you only have 3 total minutes of breathless. Savor them. Get it. It's yours. Okay, so that rider wants to prove you wrong. They want to beat you because they look up to you. You are not going to let them. Don't let them. Keep your lead. Come on. I am not going to let a 15-year-old beat me. No way. Come on. On it. On it. Stay with me for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta catch my breath while we recover. Woo. We did it. Stage 2 behind us. Drink some water. Stretch if you like. Roll it out. Ho, ho, ho. Looks good. Impressive. Legs turning anywhere from 80 to 100 RPMs. Flush out. Shake off. Woo. All right, we are heading into our stage 3. We get one more shot at this. And then it's recovery, cool down. That's it, one more stage, climb, race, bring it home. All right, on this little recovery. We're going to start to add resistance back on, but wiggle your toes inside of your shoes. That seems to be a common complaint, that riders' toes fall asleep, and usually that's because you're gripping the bottom of your shoe with your toes. So I like to stretch my toenails up into the top of my shoes and stretch the bottom of my feet out every once in a while. And then just relax your toes down into your shoes, but don't grip. Toes stay loose and relaxed, just like fingers on the handlebars. What you're feeling though is the ball of your foot pressing onto the pedal, not the arch, the ball. That's where your power lies. Let's turn resistance on to the wheel and we'll get ready to stand. Heel number 3. All right, it sounds like cool down to start with. The beat will come in just a moment. I want you to turn resistance on the wheel and see if you can find 60 RPMs. If you don't have a meter in front of you, watch my legs. It's slow and strong. It's slow and strong. We start this hill a little harder than the other two. Let's get up and walk it out. All right, in this walking section, I want you to just think about what's possible. Given all the simple things that we've talked about so far, what are you grateful for? What are you aware of? What's possible for you on this final leg of our journey? Have you been holding back at all? And are you willing to just pull back on the throttle and give it all you've got in this final set? No reason to do anything but that. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. I'm going to ask you to just stay up for a couple more seconds. I'm going to take a look here. All right. Carol, will you give me a thumbs up if you can still hear music? Okay, awesome. Carol's my girl. All right. Final push on the hill. Hard resistance. We've got about 6 minutes. And we've got a 1-minute sprint to the top. And then we'll cool down. Simple things. And to really bring us present to simple things, I'm going to offer this. I'd like you to think right now about someone next to you, riding with you, who is really challenged. Like maybe even think of someone who can't do what you're doing right now. This is the trick I always use when I start feeling sorry for myself and thinking I'm tired and I'm gonna back off. I think of someone who would give anything to be doing what I'm doing right now. Someone who would give anything to have tired legs on a bike, but they can't. I want to dedicate this hill to my friend and yoga student, Susan. Susan is a cyclist, and 3 years ago, She was in a very serious mountain bike accident, broke a bunch of bones, had a bunch of hardware put in her body. And over the course of the last 3 years, she learned to walk 3 times, 3 setbacks. She started practicing yoga, got back on her bike, and now her mission is to inspire people who are bedridden, who can't get out of bed, to look at what they can do. Tap their fingers, take a deep breath, lift their head. Let's add resistance. Add resistance for Susan. Because here's the thing. Last week, Susan was on her bike, riding around her town in New Mexico, and a big truck ran a stop sign and hit her on her bike. She's back, not to square one, but she broke a collarbone. She's got more hardware, I think, in her leg. Back in a chair. She would love nothing more than to be on a bike with us right now. Add resistance for Susan. We just never know from day to day if we're going to be able to get back on our bike tomorrow for a myriad of reasons. So while you are on your bike, ride your bike as if it's the last ride you'll get for a while. Give me all you've got right here. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for Susan or someone like her who doesn't take this for granted at all. Stand and walk it out. Just get a little bit of your weight over those pedals side to side. The simple things. This morning's ride. This breath. This final hill. Technology. Good friends. Alone together. Woo. Looks good. Drop to the saddle. Hold on. Hold on. It's just about time. I'm going to give you one more analogy. For 60 seconds, your legs are like your bank account. And someone like Susan needs your resources. So you're going to ride to empty the tank here, just like you would empty your bank account to help someone who really needs you. All right? You ready to empty the tank? You can sit or stand for this one, but give me 60 seconds of your absolute maximum effort right now. Go. Whew. You have healthy, strong feet. You have healthy, happy knees right now. You have strong muscles. You have healthy lungs. Put it all together with gratitude. Everything else goes aside. Come on, 10% more to the finish line. 10% more. 4, 3, 2, and done. Whew. We did it. We did it. Will you just keep a little bit on the wheel and slow your legs to comfortable pace. Grab a sip of water, take some sips of air. Let your body slowly return back to a more comfortable place. And while your legs are turning and your spine is tall, reach your arms up high and sweep them behind you. Just put a little bit of movement in your shoulders. They might have been tense or tight through the ride. And then as we come up, let's either hold on to thumbs or a towel and just bring the chest through to the front, the arms to the back. Your legs can slow. Deep breath. And then just slowly open your arms. Come out into a T. Lift your chest. Thumbs press back. And you feel that length across your chest, your shoulders. Breathe into the front of your lungs. And let your arms come down to your sides. Kind of be like that for as long as you can until you forget and round again. Go ahead and come up to the pedals and drop your heels. We'll feel a stretch for the calves. And if you'd prefer to be standing on the ground, if you're at a trainer, it might feel better on the ground. But we'll just do a quick stretch here for calves and hamstrings. Breathe deep. And then we'll just switch sides, calves, hamstrings on the other side. Kind of let your rib cage drop down a little bit. And as we rest our hips, let's unclip or slide our feet out of the cages. Come to one side of your bike, and we'll just get a quad stretch. So let's start with a swing. Use your bike for balance if you like. And then that toes on the floor, just stay tall right here. Bring one foot back. Find your quadriceps. So what will you appreciate a little more today? What simple thing can you notice, pay attention to today? Go ahead and take your foot back. The foot that you just had in your hand is crossed behind, and then that same arm comes up and around for a side hip, side body stretch. Lift up and out. And then return. Let's swing the opposite leg. Just move through your hip. Go ahead and take your toes either to the floor or into your hands. So I'll make a commitment to you today. I'm going to appreciate my new puppy, Bella. She's 8 weeks old today and getting bigger by the second. I'm going to appreciate her puppy breath, her soft, loose skin. And then take that foot behind, cross the other arm up and over. Just find that side stretch. Breathe into the side of your body. Put a smile on your face and give yourself a hand. You did an amazing job today. Thank you so much for joining me today. Carol, thank you for being my inspiration on this ride. Have an amazing day, and I hope to see you again.